Hello. We're going to start by doing a short quiz. I'm going to show you 5 different phobias. A phobia is something that you're scared of. And you need to guess what each phobia is a fear of. So let's start. Number 1. A phibophobia. Is it a fear of teenagers? Fear of orange squash? Fear of an elephant's trunk? Or fear of the cold? It is fear of teenagers. Number 2. Arachibacterophobia. Is it the fear of spiders crawling into your mouth when you're asleep? Fear of mooses or meese? The fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth? Or the fear of mistaking a raisin biscuit for a chocolate chip biscuit? It is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Number 3. Anatyliophobia. Is it the fear of being swept away by the power of a wave? The fear that at any point, somewhere in the world, a duck or a goose may be watching you? The fear of nose hairs? Or the fear of your sock falling down inside your shoe? It is the fear that at any point, somewhere in the world, a duck or goose may be watching you. Number 4. Hippopotamus. That one. Is it the fear of being charged at by a hippopotamus? The fear of big monsters? The fear of your wardrobe falling on you when you're asleep? Or the fear of long words? Hippopotamonstrosis crocodilophobia is the fear of long words. And number 5, astrophobia. Is it the fear of storms? The fear of being too good at something? The fear of baseball? Or the fear of little fingers? It is the fear of storms. We learned last week that Jonah was running away from God on a boat heading to Tarshish. And then God sent a storm. And this made the sailors terrified. They had astrophobia. And what about Jonah? Well, he didn't care. He was sleeping in a boat. You see, Jonah could sleep because his heart wasn't troubled. It wasn't troubled about the storm, wasn't troubled about the sailors, and certainly wasn't bothered about Nineveh. But Jonah should have cared. He should have been scared that these people were facing God's judgment, that they would die without knowing God. And sometimes we can be like Jonah. Sometimes we can care more about ourselves, about what we look like, about what people think of us, about being comfortable, than about whether or not people love and follow Jesus. The sailors became even more terrified when they realised that the storm was sent by the God who made the land and the sea. They rightly feared God's power and wanted to be saved. God wants us not to be a Jonah and instead care about those who don't know him and to tell them about Jesus so that they will fear God's anger, fear his power, and want to be saved.